Hello and welcome, viewers. This is League 21 Match 5, going into this round 2 and 2, hoping to make a comeback with a 3-2 final score. This hand dumps itself out and then does nothing, but I can cast anything in my deck pretty much after this, so I'll give it a shot. As long as we don't draw a bunch of lands, then we'll hopefully be okay. Let's just play this all out. Off to you, opponent. I can deal 2 damage to you next turn. Oboro. I've seen Oboro played in blue steel. Springleaf Drum is not what we are looking for, unfortunately. I will play it, because we can still do stuff with it later. I actually have blue steel in paper, so I know what the threats are. That's if that's what this is. Mutavault. Well, I haven't played Mutavault, but it doesn't seem like a terrible idea for the deck. Oh. I did not know Merfolk played Oboro. So they've revealed what? Another Silvergill. Alright. I'm going to keep the blast for, a Lord. When I said this would be a lot better if we didn't draw lands and stuff? We're drawing lands and stuff. So I'm obviously not going to come in. Against Merfolk, our odds really depend on what we draw here. If we draw a plating, that would be fairly phenomenal. We can at least start chipping in with the Nexus. Our Memnites are kind of useless now. Other Merfolk get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, you may tap or untap target permanent. Is that... I mean, that is a Lord. That's probably worth killing. Is it worth trading a Memnite for this Silvergill? I think it is, because they can't do any shenanigans. So I will offer the blocks. And then I will blast their Lord. Karn is a pretty darn good draw here. Pretty darn good. I don't think they have anything that has haste, so gonna get in with that bad boy. We can make another one of those next turn. They can chump it for a while now. Oh, Overseer 2. Jeez. These are some great draws we've been having. So let's see. I can activate, and then if I don't attack with Ornithopter, I can still play the Overseer. Well, I'm also not attacking with Memnite, so... Alright, well, this turned from kind of dismal to much better. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that was quite the turnaround. I'm glad we drew some actual threats there. Karn, really, was the biggest one. Let's see, Merfolk. That particular draw there would make one tempted to get Blood Moon, but I think they usually have a whole bunch of islands. So, not going to go down that route. As champion, usually their lord can kill. I'm thinking a Whip Flare. I'm thinking maybe a Grid because it lets us kill a couple more things. But maybe not anything else. Well, actually, Thought Seizes I think are better than this stuff. Whip Flare gets outclassed too quickly. So then I want to go down probably a Memnite and a Welding Jar. Seems okay. Welding Jar maybe is a bad idea to take out. We could have counters for Dismember or something. We could bring in Champion, banking on their Lord not giving them Island Walk. But I think it's better to have Master and 2 Thought Seizes to try to pick apart their hand than trying to be reactive with these bad boys. But it's something to keep in mind for Game 3, if there is one. You could have arguments for not boarding out Memnites, because we need it for colored source ramp, but it's also not going to be able to attack very well. So, I think this is okay. It doesn't throw off our curve too much. We brought in 2 1-drops for 2 0-drops. Seems alright. Could take out a Ravager instead. To be debated. Nemo. A most appropriate name. This has Steel Overseer and Signal Pest and some flyers. I think it's worth keeping. We have the threats. We have a way to build up past their stuff. Another Signal Pest, huh? So gonna lead with that. Get out these bad boys. And the Pest. Next turn, definitely dropping Overseer. If they have a counter for this, that's actually not bad for us. Because then in theory that lets us drop Overseer. I could see them having Ceremonious Rejection. It might slow them down a little, but it would help them averse Tron and Affinity. And Lantern. So, there's that. Karn, huh? Well, if we get another mana source, we'll eventually be able to do stuff with that. I'm just gonna swing in with what I have here. I think they could potentially have Trickster if they're leaving that up. Trickster's what, a 2/2? Is it worth? No. Because they'd have to block Memnite in order to do that. And then they would also die. Because it does not turn it into a 1/1, which I sometimes forget. It just does crazy shenanigans. This will kill Signal Pest. But it's getting an extra 3 damage in. Which I think is worth it. We also have a spare, so. Next turn we can play Signal Pest, activate Nexus. Well, it depends on how they leave stuff up. If they leave mana open for another Trickster, Tidebinder Mage. Tap target red or green. Well, that doesn't hit us. Yep, you got that, opponent. You got that. Volt Scourge. So I'm tempted. I am, instead of getting in with Nexus, I'm going to get out Pest. I'm going to get out Volt Scourge. I'm going to activate Nexus. Then I'm going to activate Overseer. And then get in with Ornithopter. I don't know if opponent is... I guess they could be debating dismembering Overseer right now, and then Nexus does not get the extra counter. But I'm not sure what other plays they would have that they would be sitting here and waiting for. Not sure, not sure. So now that I have editing software, if this stretches on long enough, I'll just edit this out, and then you won't have to hear me ramble through this silence here. The software I found was DaVinci Resolve, which was suggested to me by another YouTuber on some other videos that I've been making. I've liked it so far. Yeah, I don't see any reason to not do this right now. Ornithopter could block Adept, but I don't think that's worth it. I think I'd rather get in for a damage. So that was probably short enough pause that I won't have to edit that out. Sorry for the wait there on behalf of Nemo. Let's see, I'm not doing anything in response to anything they have this turn. You may return target tapped creature to its owner's hand. Okay, so that would have been reason to not activate Overseer last turn. But I'm okay with the current board state. And I will pretty gladly take that 4 damage, considering I'm going to gain, in theory, 3 next turn. Perhaps even more. I'm not going to get in with Nexus. I'm going to just play this plating and slam it on the Volt Scourge. Or not. Touche, opponent. Touche. Just these 3 then. So they would have countered Overseer if I'd played it. They could have some Lord shenanigans going on, which would make my life a little bit miserable. That'd be, what, 3, 6, 9. Not lethal unless they have 2. Yeah, Spreading Seas is a good one. They could have a Lord here, make their guys unblockable, swing in. Or they just swing in as is. So they probably have another creature to play. Let's see. If I don't block, this is 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. I lose out on 3 damage. A potential of 3 damage. But it also slows them down. I think I'm feeling better racing them. Because even if they play another Merfolk on their turn, They have to chump block? Okay, they didn't. So that tells me that they have some sort of removal for what I have on board. Hurkyl's Recall comes to mind. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to... Okay, so I'm going to not play a land this turn. We're going to activate Blink Moth, threaten lethal. They do some sort of shenanigans. So I guess Spell Pierce would have been pretty good. Okay, Trickster. So they're going to Trickster Signal Pest. Okay. But really, they should have done that when I attacked with him. Because now I can play completely differently. Interesting choice. Ah, Vault Scourge. Okay, so I don't gain life. Okay. Well, I'll still get in with my flyers. I won't get in with Memnite this time. Because that leaves me a blocker, a potential blocker back. They could still have this if they have a Lord that gives them Island Walk. That lifelink is actually fairly pivotal. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not lethal. 8. Not lethal. So they're not forced to do anything and then I lose a blocker. Yeah, I'll just go with my flyers. And we'll put out Overseer to be a potential blocker. Of note, I guess I also could have played Karn this turn. But this was threatening lethal. It forced them to have something, which they did, to be fair. If they have the Lord, they might not have a Lord here. They still could. But I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I don't understand why they're doing that. Oh, because it taps it. That's right. Okay, well that forces me to... I might just be dead. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Nice. Okay. I guess I should have left back more blockers. Alright. Alright, opponent. So I think I will bring in 1 Whip Flare. Go down... Not sure. Go for a Ravager. So we might have been able to play that a little bit differently and might have had a little bit better of a chance there. This has some threats. It's slow, but I can hold them off with a blast. I think. No turn 1 play though. Might be bad. Probably should have had that be a Citadel. Going to lead with Ravager since we have 2 of those. Yeah. Okay, well, they didn't have the counter quite yet. Maybe I should have led with Overseer. Pretty sure they don't have anything that I would want a Ravager in response to, but I'm not going to pass just in case. This could let us plating onto Ravager. Lord of Atlantis. Alright, so we're definitely going to have to leave up G-Blast for that bad boy. Which is fine. We'll dump Ornithopter. Dump Spire, and we'll hold up Blast. I think at this point, the plating gives us a better clock than the Overseer. Overseer's good for long game, though. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to play the Overseer. Hope they just go right into Lord next turn. And then we just blast it. And then we can be in the clear for plating onto Ornithopter plus Overseer activation. Ooh. They're not going to fall for it. I would love a land or an opal. Drum would be acceptable. Land is perfect. They're going to Trickster right now. Okay. I'm going to let that... I mean, I have no choice but to let that resolve. They're probably going to target Overseer. Yeah, they're targeting Overseer. I think it's still fine to... Well... So if we activate, then we only have 2 mana. And we need to keep Blast up. So I'll just activate. That's fine. Oh, could we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I don't think we could have killed them with Infect this turn. They probably counter this or not. I think I'm okay with this damage route rather than going all in on the Ink Moth. Ink Moth would have been vulnerable to a Dismember in response or something like that. And this way we can potentially could do it next turn. They're potentially holding Lord until they have a Spreading Seas. That would make sense to me. Or they're just busy holding lots of tricks. So we could block with Ravager here. Sacrificing a Citadel to keep the block in, but that puts us lower on mana. We're going to be going to 14. I think I need these for mana. And I'm not going to do the Ravager. I'll take the hit. Having to hold up Spires being kind of a pain in the butt. Being a pain in the butt. Okay, so here I think I like having another Ravager. Or do I like having another Flyer? Another Ravager sounds pretty good. I can not do both. Ravager seems good. And we will go to combat. Okay. Making Ornithopter lose flying. I will still gladly slam in with it if you want to block it. Oh, it taps it. Right. Silly me. Okay. Fine, opponent. We'll get in with this Ravager then. If he blocks, I will pump. If he does not block, I will actually not pump. Because then we can have Steel Overseer as a potential blocker next turn. And I think that's a little more important than getting in for 1 extra damage. I'm probably telegraphing really loudly that I have some sort of burn spell, which might be saving me in a way. Did we bring in 1 Whip Flare? We did. If we were to top deck that, after being able to burn Lord of Atlantis, that would be quite spectacular. Though I don't hate our current board position anyway. If opponent attacks as is. Alright, they didn't attack. Alright, so that was the Merfolk matchup. We got there, 3-2 for the final record. That's, you know, got our money back, got a chest. You know, feels decent to at least even out. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in League 22. Adios.